Hello and welcome to Love and Light. I'm Altair. Today we're going to talk about Buddha's bowl. What is Buddha's bowl exactly? Couples, when they first meet, have a love language, a special way of speaking heart to heart. And when my wife and I first met many years ago, we had that special love language, like all of you. And little things tend to get in the way, little things like doing the dishes. I had a certain way of doing the dishes, and my wife had another way, and we couldn't quite agree. So what did we do? Well, we sorted out a way in which we could do the dishes, which was that I would think of every bowl as the Buddha's bowl. When I washed those bowls every day, I would think that I was washing the bowls for the Buddha being either my wife or my daughter or my friends or whomever I was washing the bowls for. So it's a beautiful way to think about life, to think that you are doing something with a really deep devotion and care and consideration for whomever you're doing that for, that you actually cherish the task that you're doing, and that it really does bring you a spark of joy. We were talking about Buddha's bowl. Buddha's bowl is about cherishing something special. Buddha's bowl is just a symbol for everything that we cherish in our lives. Buddha's bowl is about gratitude, really deep gratitude for everybody and everything in your life. Do you know when you express deep gratitude for someone or something, it triggers dopamine and serotonin in your brain, which in turn activates greater levels of joy and happiness. So cherishing someone or somebody and really expressing gratitude for their part in your life through the Buddha's bowl exercise, or through simply expressing thanks, helps you to generate greater levels of gratitude and in turn greater levels of joy and happiness. So when I wash the dishes at night, at home, or during the day, I have a particular misoshiru bowl that I pick up and I usually wash first. As soon as I start to wash it in that way of cherishing it, as if it was Buddha's bowl, it generates those feelings of gratitude, and in turn, it generates a spark of joy for all the dishes that I'm doing and all the people that I'm doing it for. So something different happens in my brain. It generates that power of serotonin and dopamine and elevate joy and happiness when I'm doing the dishes. So that spark of joy that comes from that simple act of washing a bowl as if it was for the Buddha, which in this case could be my wife or my daughter or myself, is a really powerful way of expressing gratitude for everything that they've done and for who they are in my life. When you generate those greater levels of joy and happiness, we know that it affects people all around us. So it's not only within you, but it's also all around you. So in fact, you generate an environment of gratitude and happiness and greater levels of joy. This comes back to what I spoke about in the beginning about a love language between couples. So you generate not only gratitude and higher levels of happiness within you, but also within your partner or your children. So the environment you live in increases in its happiness, just purely through that simple act of the Buddha's bowl. Washing the Buddha's bowl is an act of mindfulness because we're actually totally present with that bowl. Our mind is totally one with that Buddha's bowl as we wash it and cherish it. When you turn up the searchlight of mindfulness onto something like that, it brings it into really powerful focus, and it brings out the beauty in all things. That searchlight of mindfulness really expands consciousness and allows you to tap into the flow of pure consciousness and pure awareness through the power of mindfulness applied to the Buddha's bowl. Thank you so much for joining us as always, and love and blessings always. And remember, as you go about your day, give thanks, give gratitude for everything you have and for the beauty within you and all around you.